Flashback. How we paid some Fulani to stop killings in southern Kaduna, says Elrufai. Kaduna State Governor Nasir Elrufai recently said he won't pay ransom to bandits even if they kidnap his son. The governor also said anyone caught negotiating with bandits on his government's behalf would be prosecuted. I mean it and I will say it again here. Even if my son is kidnapped, I would rather pray for him to make heaven instead, because I won't pay any ransom, he had said during a radio chat. Asked what his government was doing to secure the release of students kidnapped at the Federal College of Forestry and Mechanization, Kaduna, in March, the governor said the government would keep exploring other ways to get them back to their families, but stressed that the government would absolutely not pay for ransom. Okay, it's taking long though, but the strength of your army or whatever needs to be quick, and intelligence and investigations need to be quick. There's no time. However, in 2016, Elrufai admitted his government traced some violent, aggrieved Fulani to their countries and paid them to stop the killing of southern Kaduna natives and the destruction of their communities. He had said, for southern Kaduna, we didn't understand what was going on, and we decided to set up a committee under General Martin Luther Agwai, retired, to find out what was going on there. What was established was that the root of the problem has a history of starting from the 2011 post-election violence. Okay, Fulani herdsmen from across Africa bring their cattle down towards the Middle Belt and southern Nigeria. The moment the rains start around March, April, they start moving them up to go back to their various communities and countries. Unfortunately, it was when they were moving up with their cattle across southern Kaduna that the elections of 2011 took place, and the crisis trapped some of them. Some of them are from Niger, Cameroon, Chad, Mali, and Senegal. Fulanis are in 14 African countries, and they traverse this country with the cattle. So many of these people were killed, cattle lost, and they organized themselves and came back to revenge. So a lot of what is happening in southern Kaduna was actually outside Nigeria. We got a hint that the late Governor Patrick Yakowa got this information, and he sent someone to go around some of these Fulani communities. But of course, after he died, the whole thing stopped. That is what we inherited. But the Agwai committee established that. We took certain steps. We got a group of people that were going around trying to trace some of these people to Cameroon, Niger Republic, and so on, to tell them that there's a new governor who is Fulani like them and has no problem paying compensations for lives lost, and he's begging them to stop killing. Wow, okay. In most of these communities, once that appeal was made to them, they said they have forgiven. Okay. There are one or two that ask for monetary compensation. They said they have forgiven the death of human beings, but they want compensation for cattle. We said no problem, and we paid some. As recently as 2 weeks ago, the team went to Niger Republic to attend one Fulani gathering that they hold every year, with a message from me. Kaduna State is currently among states that have come under attack from bandits who sack villages and kidnap residents in exchange for ransom. Sahara reporters had reported how 39 students were abducted at the Federal College of Forestry Mechanization, Afaka, Igabi local government area of Kaduna State in early March. About 29 of them have remained in captivity. Since then, the government has vowed not to negotiate, since kidnappers who have demanded a 500 million naira ransom. Recently, a young man identified as Francis Jonathan Ayuba was killed in the state by bandits 5 days to his wedding. Oof. The deceased, who was set to tie the knot with his fiancée on Saturday, the 17th of April 2021, was killed when gunmen attacked Wawan Rafi second village in the Zangon Kataf local government area on the 12th of April. Very, very intense. But you know what I think? I think that it's actually very good we have context to all these things. Of course, when they say they're outside of Nigeria, the killings that are happening are from Fulani that are not from Nigeria. It sort of gives an idea and a reality on who is actually doing these things, why they stayed for so long, and how the revenge for whatever was lost and all that was given. So Buhari was definitely a strategic, entrance in so many ways. This highlights how Buhari was definitely like a, what do you call it, a Fulani sort of point of contact, you'd say. And obviously, they definitely did well. They were very strategic because it worked. It worked. They forgave them. And I guess it would have been bigger than all of these. But again, if negotiations had gone well, where you negotiate, you give them the money and you send them out because you can. You're not indigent of the country. So why are you here? You can. Because again, they committed crimes in which they should actually be arrested for. Or if anything, their countries should have brought up the matter and be like, you know what, we're not gonna have this happen to our people in your country, and you guys do not bear the consequences. So again, the fact they paid Fulani to stop killing in southern Kaduna at a time, again, paying never works. I even think it's like the most basic rule when it comes to negotiation and blackmail, because it will continue. You're basically inviting them to continue trying to do things like this, and they know that now this is a whole business objective where they've now decided, you know what, whatever happens, we're gonna remain here. So I guess even after paying them, why did you not send them out? That is the real issue. Like, why were they still in the country? Because again, yeah, it's sad, and for so many things are just so disorganized. How can people just enter a country, you don't know where they are, where they came from, what day they came in? And I guess this is sort of how maybe the external influence from Boko Haram sort of came, because everything just doesn't make sense. But yeah, it is what it is at this point. This is what they've been doing. I mean, Elrufai has been governor for what, how many years? I think this is his second term and all that. Not like as if they're like the best anyway, but I think it's clear now. I think that speech given, or that extra information given, just gives an idea as to what was the backbone of all this. But first of all, I don't even know how they plan for 2023 to be, how the Fulani herdsmen even got more people, because I genuinely believe that more Fulani herdsmen still came from other countries, because you can't tell me the amounts that stayed at that time in 2011 are still here till date, and they will commit all these crimes against humanity, like, in another country because of revenge. If anything, they could have gone back to their countries and asked their countries to come and sue Nigeria or whatever, but they didn't. But we have an idea of what's happening. Put what you think in the comment section below, and don't forget to like and subscribe.